Sunny Street Detectives. The Midnight Whistler. The sun had just dipped below the horizon, casting long, spindly shadows across Sunny Street. Aras and Maya stood at the edge of the sidewalk, staring up at the old, abandoned house on the corner. For 3 nights, a strange, rhythmic whistling had drifted from the boarded-up windows, chilling the neighborhood. "It's not logical," Aras whispered, adjusting his glasses. "The house has been empty for a decade. No one should be in there." Just then, Balut skated into view, his curly hair wild in the wind. He was holding his oversized magnifying glass as if it were a shield. "I heard it again," he squeaked, his eyes wide. It sounded like a flute, or maybe a very musical ghost. Do ghosts take requests? Because I'd prefer some jazz. He nearly tripped over a loose paving stone, his yellow shirt fluttering as he regained his balance. The next morning, the trio returned to investigate the perimeter. Maya knelt by the side porch, her eyes narrowing. "Look at this," she said, pointing to a patch of fine gray powder. "Strange marks in the dust. They aren't footprints, but they're definitely intentional." Balut leaned in so close his magnifying glass almost touched the ground. "Maybe it's a code written by giant ants?" he suggested earnestly. While Balut investigated the ant code, Maya reached into a thorny rosebush near the porch railing. She pulled out a small, jagged scrap of bright purple fabric. "This doesn't belong here," she noted, smoothing it out. "It's high-quality wool, not something a squatter would wear." Aras watched from the path, already tapping away at his smartwatch to log the finding. As night fell again, the rhythmic whistling began. It was a haunting, 3-note melody that repeated every 30 seconds. Aras pulled a small silver device from his pocket, a high-frequency sound tracker he had built himself. "If I can triangulate the source, we can find exactly which room it's coming from," he explained, his blue shirt glowing in the light of the device's screen. They crept into the overgrown garden, the tall grass whispering against their legs. Maya led the way, her movements quiet and deliberate. Followed, trying to be stealthy, but accidentally snapping every dry twig in his path. "Quiet, Balut," Maya hissed. Balut froze, 1 foot in the air, his magnifying glass held up like a periscope. "I'm a shadow," he whispered back, a very loud shadow. Suddenly, Balut's foot didn't hit the ground. It hit something hollow. With a yelp, he tumbled forward, his magnifying glass flying into the weeds. He had tripped over a heavy wooden crate hidden under a tarp near the cellar door. As he scrambled up, he noticed something wedged in the crate's lid. "Hey guys! I found a silver stick," he called out, forgetting his mission to be a shadow. Maya and Aras rushed over. Maya took the silver object and examined it. "It's a specialized cleaning tool for a woodwind instrument," she realized. She looked at the purple fabric in her pocket and then at the crate. "And this crate belongs to a professional music transport company. Silas, the old man who lives 3 houses down, used to be a world-famous flautist." The whistling started again, much louder now, coming from the cellar. Aras checked his tracker. "The signal is maxed out. It's right behind that door." Balut gripped his magnifying glass tight. On the count of 3, Aras whispered. They pushed the cellar door open to find a man in a purple scarf sitting on a stool, blowing into a strange, mechanical pipe. The man, Silas, jumped in surprise. "Oh, I didn't mean to scare anyone," he said sheepishly. "My house is being renovated, and the acoustics there are terrible. I found this old mechanical whistling tutor in my storage crates and wanted to practice my bird calls for the National Whistle-Off. The dust marks were just my diagrams for the fingerings." Maya smiled, the puzzle finally solved. As the trio walked back down Sunny Street under the bright moonlight, Balut was already practicing his own whistle. It sounded more like a tea kettle than a bird, but he didn't care. Aras logged the case as closed on his tablet. Another mystery solved by the Sunny Street detectives, he said. Balut grinned, and I found the silver stick. I'm basically the MVP.